Welcome back to Dark Minds Uncovered. In the shadows of every investigation, a terrifying truth sometimes emerges. The killer is not only out there, but also watching, guiding, and even pretending to be the hero. These are the hero killers, predators who infiltrate their own crime scenes, manipulate grief, and bend reality to serve their twisted needs for control and recognition. Tonight, we uncover the sinister psychology behind these wolves in sheep's clothing, and the chilling consequences of their deadly masquerade.
With over 20 years in human services and crisis intervention, 2 degrees in behavioral science, and certification in emotional intelligence and leadership, I explore the darkest corners of the human psyche, unpacking the psychological, sociological, and investigative layers behind some of the most disturbing behaviors known to mankind. Today, we dive into the chilling phenomenon known as the hero-killer complex, where murderers insert themselves into their own investigations, posing as helpers, witnesses, or even vigilantes. This behavior isn't about remorse or guilt. Rather, it reveals a deeply rooted psychological need for control, recognition, and dominance over both the crime and the narrative that surrounds it. The hero killer often exhibits a complex blend of narcissism and psychopathy, seeking not only to commit their crimes but to manipulate the subsequent investigation. By inserting themselves into the investigation, they can monitor how close authorities are to uncovering the truth, divert suspicion away from themselves, and maintain a sense of power over everyone involved. This behavior satisfies a twisted craving for control, allowing the killer to relive the crime repeatedly, heightening their adrenaline and reinforcing their dominance. It is a way to assert their presence in a world where they may otherwise feel invisible or powerless, feeding a dangerous ego that thrives on manipulation and attention. This phenomenon is vividly illustrated in infamous cases like Luka Magnotta, who obsessively engaged with online communities discussing his own crimes, even creating fake identities to shape public perception and flaunt his control. Similarly, Wayne Williams, suspected of involvement in the Atlanta child murders, reportedly participated in community searches, blending seamlessly with concerned citizens while maintaining a veil of innocence. Dennis Rader, known as the BTK Killer, notoriously sent taunting letters to police and the media, returning figuratively and literally to the crime scenes by inserting himself into the investigation's public discourse. These examples reveal a pattern of offenders who are not content to simply commit their crimes in secret. They crave the spotlight and seek to dominate the story itself. From a psychological perspective, the hero-killer complex exposes the profound deficits in empathy and morality that characterize many violent offenders. Their actions stem from a profound disconnection from the humanity of their victims and the community they terrorize. Instead of feeling remorse, they experience a thrill from control and recognition. This behavior can also be seen as an extreme manifestation of narcissistic supply, where the killer feeds off the attention and validation they receive from inserting themselves into the investigation, perpetuating a cycle of abuse and manipulation. The public's fascination with true crime unwittingly fuels this dynamic, providing a stage for these perpetrators to perform their sinister roles. Understanding this complex is crucial for investigators, psychologists, and the public alike. It challenges us to be vigilant not only of the obvious suspects but also of those who position themselves as allies or victims. The helper may sometimes be the most dangerous person in the room, hiding in plain sight under a mask of concern and cooperation. This awareness can shift investigative strategies, encouraging law enforcement to consider behavioral patterns beyond traditional evidence, and it reminds us all to question appearances when lives are at stake. In dissecting the hero-killer complex, we confront uncomfortable truths about power, control, and the human psyche's darkest impulses. It forces a reckoning with how easily trust can be manipulated, and how closely danger can lurk beneath a friendly face. As we continue to explore cases exhibiting this disturbing behavior, remember that the line between victim and predator is often thinner than we realize, and sometimes the monsters are those who claim to help us most. As we peel back the layers of darkness and deception, it's easy to lose sight of the humanity at the heart of every story, both victims and perpetrators. But in understanding these shadows, we find a deeper truth about ourselves. Remember, staying human means holding on to empathy, awareness, and the courage to face the uncomfortable. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the darkest corners of the mind. Until next time, stay human.